guys, Christina here, and today I have a video just kind of updating how our homeschool year is going. We are halfway through our homeschool year, more or less, and this is an open collaboration with Jessica from the Waldock Way and Abby from Rooted in Rest. I'll link their playlist down below and you can go check out everyone's videos and see how people are doing this homeschool year. Now the focus is kind of more on resolutions and plans for the year. I'm not a big resolution person. I used to do goals, a different one every month, and that worked really well for a number of years. But the last few years I've kind of felt like we're in flux. And I feel like we still haven't quite settled down. So I don't have any major goals for the year. My goal is always to try and focus on me and my health, and that rarely happens. So I'm still working on that. So this is just more of an update on where we are. We do a 35-week schedule. That's my base schedule. Some subjects may go a few weeks more. Most of them are finished within 35 weeks. And we're just wrapping up week 18 right now, which means we're halfway, just over halfway through our homeschool year. So if you're new here, I have 5 children. They're in grades 1, 4, 7, 8, and 10 this year. And there's no like major curriculum changes or anything, but there are a few things I'm going to change and tweak. So the first thing is we finished our Great World Adventure, Understanding Western Asia. I have a review if you want to see it. And we're moving on to this unit here, which is Understanding Japan and South Korea. This was the choice of my oldest son, who's in grade 10. He's really interested in Japan, and so he asked me if we could do that this year. And so we're moving on to that. I anticipate that this will probably be the last unit we do for the year. I do have another one I've already bought if we decide to do it, but I think this may just be the last one for the year. I really like their program and their like outline, and I like it. So we're doing that one. I've got my little notes here to make sure I don't forget anything. Oh, this, yes. All right. So the history timeline, this is from School Nest. I added little tabs. I had so many great intentions with this. I purchased, I can't remember now. I'll try and put it down below. The little like pieces you cut out from Story of the World 1, which is what we're doing. And I started to put them in here, but I'm way behind, like so far behind. I really wanted my kids to do it, but they're just not that interested in it. And the ones, I think maybe it's just the ages of my kids, I don't know. So that's kind of been a bummer. That hasn't really worked out. I'm gonna go ahead and hopefully by summer, I'll catch up on cutting all these out and putting them in. And then maybe next year my kids will be a little bit more involved. But that is kind of disappointing because this is a beautiful book. I love this book and I really want it to work out. Do you have any tips for me how you use this? So anyways, this hasn't really worked out, but I want to make it work. So this year I'm kind of just, yeah, we're done with it for this year, except for I'm going to catch up on it next year. Hopefully we can find a better way to use it and incorporate it into our history. Then we've been continuing on with our farm anatomy and with the companion here. I really like this. I find though, so we do these on Friday, and Friday's often the day that there's a holiday or we take time off or we go to appointments. And so we haven't gotten as far as I thought we would, but it's still been good. I think because each page in here is kind of like one topic or maybe 2 pages. You can see these are chicken coops. I want to get more resources and make it a little bit longer than just like a 5-minute reading thing and having the kids do a page or whatever it is in the companion. So I think I need to find like, I'm trying to find a picture to show you. Here's a picture. I am also behind my kids. I need to catch up to them because I'm doing one as well. I want to find like some more videos, get some books from the library, and just kind of buff it up a bit. So it's almost like a mini unit on Fridays that we continue, as opposed to just something we read really quickly. So, I mean, I expected this was gonna take probably 2 years. At the speed we're going right now, I would say it might be closer to 3 or 4. We'll see. But I think it's really valuable information, so we're gonna keep working on that. And it's very laid back. Like I said, it's not every week, so it works slowly. All right, then moving on to my kids. So my kids in grade 1 and grade 4, they're doing great. Continuing on, we use Saxon for math and The Good and the Beautiful for language arts. My daughter, I think it's finally clicked with her, she's the one in 4th grade, that getting work done quickly, not quickly, getting work done before playing is a good idea, and I'm so glad that's finally clicked in, like just in the last few weeks. So she often does her work like in the evening. I mark it, she does her corrections in the morning, and then we go through it real quick and she's done for the day, right? Instead of getting up in the morning, doing it and pushing everything back. So she ends up being done like so much quicker, and she's finally kind of realized that's a good thing. So I'm very glad she's gotten on board with that, and she's doing really well. My son in 7th grade, same thing, Saxon, The Good and the Beautiful. It's all working really well. It's all going good. They're on schedule. Nothing's changing. My son in grade 8. So I had him do 2 of the book studies from The Good and the Beautiful. They're level 8. He finished them at the end of October, I think. Like, he went through them so quickly, and I was kind of like, So he's continued using this book. This is the teacher one, but it's the Essentials in Writing, the level 8. It's not my favorite. I'm really not enjoying it. I've made a few changes just in this past week. I've told him not to worry about like rewriting whole paragraphs out when he has to change verb, when they have to, what's the word I'm looking for? Like instead of verb tense? No, that's not the word. Oh goodness, what's the word? Anyways, instead of writing the whole sentence out to make it work, just to fix the word and move on, because I feel like it's a lot of busy work. And I'm also starting next week, I'm gonna have him start doubling up on lessons, because he's on lesson, let's see. So halfway through the year, I think he's on lesson like 20. And there's multiple days within each lesson. The ones towards the end are more like 1 day per lesson. There's, how many is there? 79 or something like that? Oh no, 94. So he needs to kind of hurry up and to get this done. So he's gonna start doing 2 of these. He may end up having to do maybe even 3 a day. They're pretty short. We'll see how that goes. Like I said, it's not my favorite English program, and of course I'll do a full review at the end of the year on my thoughts and his thoughts on it. He also finished algebra half in the beginning of December. He took a break through those last few weeks we did school, and coming back in January he started algebra 1. He wants to get ahead in math. He went through the summer last summer, so he's just gone on with that. I anticipate he'll be continuing through this summer as well, but we'll see. If he gets halfway through the course and wants to take a break, that's fine with me. Then, my son in grade 10. Math is getting hard. It's getting really hard. He's doing algebra 2, and I'm finding there are things that I just don't remember, and there's some things it's kind of like at the point of math where I was like, okay, see ya, I'm done. I took math through grade 11, and then I took a little bit in university, but I feel like he's getting to that point where it's getting really hard. So thankfully, there's someone who's been so gracious to help us. When I have a question, I can reach out to her, and she taught math and I think physics too. And so she is so helpful. I feel a little bad bugging her all the time, but it is a struggle. There are times I have to go back and read and still don't understand. It's getting hard. It's the reality of having a child in high school, and what do you do when their level is higher than what you really can easily do? You got to find resources. So that's what we're doing. The chemistry he's doing Apologia. It's a heavy book. This one has been extremely challenging. I never took chemistry in high school. My husband didn't either. Neither of us were interested in it. So it's been very hard. I've actually just put a pause on that. I ended up ordering, I think it's just a little USB it comes on, but it's the video lessons that go along with this. And so I've told him just to put a pause on it, wait till those arrive, and then go back and watch the videos. And I think there's extra resources on there too, if I remember right. And like, let's try and get this base really strong, because I feel like I can't help him very much, which I can't. So that's on hold for him. So he may finish that a little bit later in the year, but that's okay. I'd rather have him fully understand something than try and like rush through it or push through it and not understand and have that good base when he goes on, because in his last couple years, he is planning to take advanced chemistry. So he needs a good foundation in that. And the last thing is the history of the world that he's been doing, the ancient world. I've decided not to have him. I was doing this book here with him, and so for each chapter there is, this is the teacher answer book, but there's a whole bunch of terms they have to answer. The who, what, where is what they call it. And then there's comprehension questions, which are like a couple sentence answers. And then at the end, there's the critical thinking, which is often a paragraph to 3 paragraphs. So what I had been doing is I had him do the definitions and the critical thinking, and then I would sit down with him and we would verbally do the comprehension questions. And there's also maps, so he was also doing maps with this, and it just seemed like so much. My son's really interested in ancient history, but he doesn't plan on doing anything with it in the future. He wants to go into the sciences, and so I kind of just felt like it took up so much of my time, and he was getting a little bit from it, but it's not his main interest, and I felt like I just kind of had to let it go, and so I did. He's still doing the maps. I think this changed, yeah, just this month. I said, okay, let's change this. He's still doing the maps because I think that has a lot of value in it, and it doesn't take him too long, but I'm letting everything else go. And that's hard for me because I want to be sure that he has a very strong foundation, and I want to fill a transcript out for him if he wants to go to university, which he does. But I also don't want him to waste his time on something he's not interested in, or to take the love away from something he is interested in. He likes ancient history. He wants to read the book. He just doesn't necessarily want to do all of this. So that's what I've done for now. I'll let you know at the end of the year how that worked out. And I think that's everything. I did miss something. I missed my oldest son's language arts update. So he's doing level 2 of the high school with the good and the beautiful, and he's on unit 8 out of 10 right now. So he's almost done his whole year. He's decided to go through it quite quickly, which is fine by me. It's no problem. He's doing really well in it. So I anticipate he'll be done that probably in February, if not by the beginning of March for sure. And then I had planned to have him do root words that he had done last summer, just the next level through the summer. So I'll probably just have him start on that early, and maybe a couple books that I'd like him to read. But yeah, he's gonna be done that real early, which, okay, it works. He's worked hard, it's done. It's fine by me. Those are kind of the changes and the plans I have for the rest of this homeschool year. Now, again, no resolutions, no word, just life, hopefully. Hopefully our life will calm down a little bit. We actually have some big changes coming up soon here. We're still looking for a house. The sale of our house fell through. I've been dealing with an ear infection for a month now, trying to get an answer, so I can't hear out of this ear right now. And other things. So get through our homeschool year, have some fun, have some enjoyment, try and do a little bit more in the art. Our family art nights, I think we've ended up only doing 1 out of 3 I had planned so far. So we need to get back into the habit of that. And just enjoying being together as my kids get older and they're gonna be starting to leave home soon. That's sad. Anyways, so let me know in the comment section, do you have resolutions that you do for your homeschool or for yourself or for your home? Or are you kind of like me and just kind of not right now type of thing? Let me know. If you have any questions, you can leave them there as well. I always try to answer them. But otherwise, I hope that this just finds you having a great day. Take care.